Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the first Love It or Leave It of 2024. This is where we talk about all of the new and upcoming luxury makeup and I share my thoughts. It's also the perfect opportunity for you to share your thoughts with me down below in the comment section. Just so we are all on the same page today, I am starting 2024 on a pretty strict no buy, with the exception of Chanel, so maybe it's not too strict. Even though I'm really excited about a lot of the makeup we're going to talk about today, I'm not planning to purchase anything anytime soon. I think I'm going to go until the first Sephora Spring Savings event, so just a few months. And a lot of you expressed interest to me on starting your own no buy or low buy this year, so what I like to do, what has been incredibly helpful to me in the past, is I'll just create a wish list. So I open the Notes app in my phone, start taking note of all of the products that pique my interest that I think I really want to buy, and then at the end of the no buy, I revisit my wish list and see what's still relevant, what I'm still excited about. Just a little delayed gratification makes such a huge difference, and it helps make sure that we're not getting caught up in the hype of whatever the product du jour is, and you're only purchasing things that you truly love, you need, you know you're going to use them. A lot of times the makeup we're really excited about in early January, nobody's really talking about, and it's basically irrelevant by April. It's kind of scary. I'm starting with Chanel. Even though we just talked about the new Rivage winter collection, we already have some new launches in 2024 and very interesting sneak peeks to talk about. So we have 3 new shades of the #1 de Chanel Lip and Cheek Balm. I think this is a beautiful product. When this first launched, I picked up 2 shades. Healthy Pink is my favorite. It is the perfect balmy texture for the lips. I personally prefer it on the lips, but it does work really nicely on the cheeks as well, and the 3 shades are Vibrant Coral, Ardent Brick, and Purple Energy. So these are a little bit brighter, a little bit deeper. I think these shades will work really nicely on anyone with tan, medium to deep skin tones. It's not one that I feel like I have to collect them all. I think I'm happy with the 2 I already own, but if I finish one of them, I would maybe pick up the Vibrant Coral. I don't know, they all look really beautiful. Those are already on Chanel.com, coming soon to the website. It's already out in beauty boutiques, is this new eyeshadow quad. This is $388 Eclat de Nuit. This is a very smoky, dramatic looking eyeshadow quad. Kind of different and sort of a unique way to start 2024, very unexpected. I really do like the look of this quad. It looks very user-friendly, like the perfect go-to smoky eye quad. My problem with it is that I like it. I don't know if I love it, and I have so many similar eyeshadow colors within my collection already that I'm not sure I could really justify this purchase. Part of me wants to at least see it in person, and I do have plans to visit the boutique just to scope it out. But going into 2024 with the mindset of no buy, even though I'm making an exception for Chanel, I still feel like if that's going to be my first beauty purchase of the year, I want to be pumped. I want it to be something that I cannot wait to use. I'm going to rip it out of the packaging when I get home and take lots of pictures of it and swatch it and use it all the time. I have a lot of palettes like this, and I just don't use them all the time. I'm not really rocking a smoky eye that often anymore. We also have 2 new eyeliners. Now these are interesting because I love the Chanel eyeliner formula. It's really nice in the waterline. It goes on almost like a gel. They're retractable, they're waterproof, and I love the gold and I love this shimmering brown. So these 2 metallic eyeliners I think I will most likely pick up. The next time I visit the Chanel boutique, I will be out of shopping jail, so I should be able to make new purchases. In case you missed it, there is a limit on the amount of Chanel purchases you can make. You can only pick up 40 items throughout a calendar year. Now that I have that in the back of my mind, I'm going to be even more picky and even more particular with what I purchase. We have images of 2 different eyeshadow palettes that look incredible. And if I were you, I would maybe visit some of the sneak peek accounts, one in particular, and I might just scroll down her page a little bit, see if anything catches your eye. Now, these eyeshadows really speak to me. They capture my interest. I'm curious to play around with them. They kind of excite me. I don't have anything like them in my collection, and I'm just intrigued. I'm curious. I don't typically get really excited about jewel tones, especially for Chanel, because a lot of times when they're done, they're a little bit muted or they're more on the gray side. And I found in my experience, whenever I use those eyeshadow shades on my lid, Within a few hours, it tends to get a little muddy. They lose their vibrance. They don't really last. They don't stay truly jewel toned. These look really vibrant. These look bright. They look happy. They look festive. They look springtime. I'm excited. Not my typical cup of tea, but I absolutely love the look of this because I can only imagine what they're gonna look like in person. And I feel like we're probably gonna get maybe nail polishes, lipsticks, other pieces, maybe a blush or a highlighter. I'm trying to envision the full collection, the big picture, and it gets me really excited. This is the type of purchase that I think is good to make in 2024. Moving right along, we have a new foundation launch from Christian Louboutin. I think this is available now in Europe and it's supposed to maybe come to the US. This is the Teint Fetiche Le Fluide Foundation. It's a subtle enhancer for airy comfort, buildable coverage, no transfer, long lasting, radiant finish for 24 hours. It's vegan, hydrating, available in 30 shades with cool neutral and warm undertones. I'm sort of curious about this. I love the bottle. I mean, this is beautiful. I think Christian Louboutin Beauty hasn't really popped off the way maybe it should have or would have a couple years ago. I still really like the nail polishes. I like the lipsticks, but I don't really hear anybody talking about anything from Louboutin Beauty that's just part of their everyday makeup routine. They're usually pieces that you pick up as gifts or splurge items or maybe, one-offs here and there, but nobody I know at least is using like the entire line, and that's just their go-to makeup brand. I struggle to imagine that this formula would be so revolutionary or so much better than what's currently available on the market. Even if it is good, I don't know if it's going to be that much better, and I'm sure it's going to be incredibly expensive, so who knows? Once the no-buy ends, if I stumble upon it, if I happen to be walking through Saks or Neiman's and I see that this is easily accessible, then I would pick it up, but I'm not gonna go out of my way. I'm not gonna pay crazy shipping from Europe just to try this foundation, which might be mediocre. I'm so curious to see what's gonna happen with Prada Beauty. They've been around for a while, but they are launching January 15th online at Sephora, which is huge. So immediately they're getting their distribution out there. They're going to have the monochrome hyper matte refillable lipsticks, monochrome soft matte refillable lipsticks, Dimensions multi-effect refillable eyeshadow palettes, Reveal skin optimizing refillable soft matte foundations, and the moisturizing lip balm. I really like the colors. I love the packaging. Everything looks very sleek, very cool. It's very on brand for Prada. I like the color palettes they chose for the eyeshadows. They're kind of cool but wearable, still sort of interesting. I'm gonna put one of everything on my wish list. That way it will be top of mind when my no-buy ends, but I'm excited to try it. I think it looks cool. This is new from Gucci Beauty. We have hydrating plumping lip glosses. These look really pretty for $42 each. A bit pricey, but I like the look of the shades. I don't know, how are we feeling about the Gucci lip glosses? My favorite is 219 Bertha Pink. This looks like a really perfect Your Lips But Better everyday lip gloss. I think if I did pick any of them up, I would probably pick up this one. But there is simply no rush. I'm not even sure if this is wish list worthy. It might be something that I think about when the savings event comes up and I'm getting 20% off, because $42 for a lip gloss when I already have so many is a no-go. Now this is definitely going on the wish list. We have a new concealer from Guerlain. I don't know if I've ever used a Guerlain concealer. They just haven't really had any really popular formulas. This is the new Terracotta Natural Perfection Concealer. It's the perfection of a liquid, the lightness of a powder, comfortable, soft, and innovative, long-lasting formula, 24-hour hydration, 24-hour wear, designed to revitalize and hydrate the thin under-eye skin, and it's available in 16 shades. And on top of all of that, it has 95% naturally derived ingredients, which we know Guerlain has been going the more natural route for a while now, which is amazing. I was not the biggest fan of the new Terracotta foundation, which I think launched last year. I liked it, but I was not blown away by that foundation. I was actually a little bit disappointed, but only because my expectations were so high. One of my all-time holy grail foundations is the Guerlain L'Essential High Perfection, which I think I even ordered that bottle from Selfridges. I don't know if it ever launched in the US, and it might still be available at Selfridges, but now that I've gone through the bottle, I've kind of replaced it with the Hourglass Soft Ambient Glow Foundation. That one is another amazing formula. I never felt the need to restock, even though it was a holy grail. I just found something similar. I found something maybe a little bit better. But this concealer I still have really high hopes for because Guerlain does foundations and complexion products really well, typically. And I do feel inspired to pull out my Terracotta foundation again and give it another go. Who knows, maybe my skin's changed, the weather might be different, maybe I'll feel differently about it second time around. We have more new Guerlain here, 2 new shades of the Perreur Gold 24 Karat Radiance Primer. It looks like these are available now in Asia. The gold primer, it's a clear gel with little gold flecks. So pretty. I love that primer. It was a long time favorite. And I would always save it for special occasions, so I think I still have a full bottle. But we have 2 new shades, white gold and pink gold. Very pretty. This is also going on my wish list. We have new lip liners from Hourglass, and these look so pretty. I used to skip lip liner. I never used lip liners for years, and then it's probably been maybe for the past 2 or 3 years I've loved lip liners, and now a lot of times I do just lip liner and a little gloss. So I've built up my collection recently. I have so many. It would be hard for me to justify this purchase, but the shades are really beautiful, and I love Hourglass products. They're full coverage, infused with nourishing jojoba oil, $29 each, and they do not smudge, feather, or fade. Expose and Flaunt are the 2 shades I'm interested in. They look like the perfect everyday lip liner. You would use them every single day. They would go with everything. You would throw them in your purse. I know these are eventually going to end up at Sephora if they're not there already, so I will wait. As I'm waiting, I'll be able to finish at least maybe one other nude lip liner, and then I won't feel bad picking these up on sale. We have a lot of spring collections here to talk about. The first one is from Givenchy. This looks very pretty. They're coming out with a Prism Libre highlighter in rosy pink, the Rose Perfecto lip balm, number 204 Dusty Pink with Sparkles, 308 is a pinkish red with gold sparkle, and then an eyeshadow palette. This is number 7. The eyeshadow palette looks really pretty, a very wearable, neutral palette. To this day, I have never tried the Givenchy eyeshadow. I think I've talked about their palettes in so many videos, and I always sort of play around with the idea of picking something up. Never tried them, no idea if they're any good. The Rose Perfector lip balms, I have tried those, and they are really pretty. And this highlighter looks gorgeous. I do have a loose highlighter that they came out with a couple years ago for holiday, and it was one of my favorite launches. Pretty. As beautiful as this rose gold is, I just don't know if I really need another tub of highlighter, but it is a really pretty collection. We also have 2 eyeshadow palettes here from Chantecaille. This is the Sea Turtle collection, and the packaging is so pretty. I love the sea turtles. I know Chantecaille always does these animal collections, and the packaging just kills me. It's so good. The little turtles are tugging on my heartstrings a bit, but I'm not in love with these colors. For the past few years, the spring collection hasn't really done much for me. They look nice, they look wearable, but a bit muted. I think they're probably just very soft and natural. They would be perfect for spring. I don't fault them at all for the color selection. It's just not enough to get me really excited, and they are quite pricey. And then the lipsticks are always really beautiful, but not something I feel like I absolutely need to add to my collection. I've seen a couple sneak peeks of this limited edition Tom Ford spring collection with the hearts embossed on the powder. It looks like this is a re-promote eyeshadow palette. They're not new colors. The packaging is really beautiful. I don't know why they keep doing that. They keep bringing out these really cool colors in the compacts, but then it's the same old eyeshadow palette. Who's really that excited to spend $100 on a palette they already have just because the outer packaging is different? They should give us new colors. The blush looks really pretty, but nothing that I can get all that excited about. I think the hearts will probably sell it for some people. It's certainly cute. And then we have some photos from a Valentino Spring collection. The lipsticks look really pretty. They're definitely on trend, on theme with this peach. Since Peach Fuzz or Peach Fizz is the color of the year, I do really like the peach packaging. The Cushion Compact Foundation would be the only thing interesting to me, and because it is limited edition, I'm not going to get my feelings hurt if I'm not able to pick this up. And finally, I want to talk about a few celebrity launches that are coming soon. You know, the celebrities cannot be stopped. Of course, it's the start of a new year. We have to have more beauty brands. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I'm sort of on the fence. It looks like Adele is coming out with her own beauty brand. It's going to be called the Shelbourne Collective. And we don't really have any sneak peeks. We have these images courtesy of Trend Mood where she looks very done up. I love the makeup in these images. I don't know if these are promo images for the brand. It almost looks like an old school 90s makeup with the brow and the lip. When I first saw this post, I was like, ugh, eye roll. I cannot believe we have even more celebrity beauty brands. We don't need this. And now that I've had time to think about it, and I actually haven't thought about it at all until today when I was scrolling her page looking for more sneak peeks, I'm kind of curious. Like, give it to us. She's incredibly talented. She is known for her glam. Obviously, she's known for her voice, but she does have a signature makeup look. I would never have expected this. I think it has potential. If she comes out with a line that's similar to Victoria Beckham, then I think it could do really well. When I think of Adele, I think of a more serious person, so I don't think she can get away with giving us gimmicks or cheap packaging. I think she has to give us high quality luxury. Otherwise, it's not really going to make sense to me. And finally, we have Khloe Kardashian's fragrance line. This is another celebrity launch. Luxe Brands, which creates Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj other celebrity fragrances, is teaming up with Khloe Kardashian. Sounds like it's going to launch fall 2024. When I think of Khloe Kardashian, I don't think fragrance. I know she has teamed up and done fragrances with Kim. I wasn't really a huge fan of KKW fragrances. I purchased 2 and they were some of the biggest disappointments. They were not very good at all. And I'm truly not a fragrance snob. I have a lot of the Ariana Grande fragrances and there's one that I wear constantly. It smells so good even though it's more inexpensive. An inexpensive fragrance can be outstanding, but KKW fragrances just aren't that amazing. But this sounds like it could be something totally different, so maybe it will be a bit more elevated. I don't know. She definitely has the resources to reach out to the right people, get the right team involved, hire maybe an incredible perfumer. If she wanted to come out with something really spectacular, if anybody could, one of the Kardashians could. But I find that most of the Kardashian brands, and you could say the same for all celebrity brands, they just go for the cheapest route. At least in the beauty space. I know she also is part of Good American, which is really established. So if you love fragrances like me, what are your thoughts on a Khloe Kardashian fragrance line? Do you have hopes for this? Or are you kind of writing it off as maybe a KKW fragrance 2.0. And that is everything I have to share with you so far in 2024. A lot of great stuff, but nothing to really tempt me off my game. If you are joining me on my low buy or no buy this year, I have faith in us. We can do it. It's not going to be that difficult. Let me know how you're feeling. Are you ready to shop? Do you feel like the budget is already at risk? Sound off down below in the comment section. We will keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned, everything on my face down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.